You won't recognize yourself in 1 year. And that should terrify you just a little. Because right now, you have no idea who you're becoming. You have no idea what strength is waking up inside you, what storms you're learning to walk through, what silent battles are shaping you into someone unshakable. Life is preparing a version of you that your current self wouldn't believe, a version that looks back at this moment with gratitude, not regret. The question isn't whether you'll change, it's whether you'll let this transformation break you or rebuild you.
There comes a moment in your life when the person you've been can no longer carry the weight of the person you're becoming. It's subtle at first, a quiet discomfort, a sense that something in your chest is shifting, expanding, breaking through the tight walls you once thought were permanent. You wake up and feel the distance between who you are and who you're meant to be, and it scares you because transformation never feels safe. It feels like losing your grip, losing your certainty, losing the version of yourself you've spent years trying to protect. But here's the truth most people never tell you. This discomfort is not a sign that your life is falling apart. It's a sign that your old self is outgrowing its limits. You're being stretched into new capacities, new resilience, new strength. You're not meant to stay the same person forever. You're meant to evolve, to shed, to rise. And while no one around you may see it, deep inside you can feel it, that quiet pull towards something bigger, heavier, more meaningful. This message is for the version of you who feels the shift happening but doesn't yet understand what it means, for the version of you questioning every step, doubting every choice, wondering why everything suddenly feels unfamiliar. You're not losing control, you're stepping into alignment. You're being prepared for a life your old self wasn't built to carry. And maybe the most powerful truth of all is this: becoming unrecognizable isn't the loss you fear, it's the breakthrough you need. Because a year from now, when you look back at this very moment, you'll realize it wasn't the beginning of your collapse, it was the beginning of your becoming.
What if the version of you that's coming is everything you once prayed you could be? There's a moment in your journey when the world around you doesn't change, you do, quietly, internally, invisibly. You start questioning the things you used to tolerate. You stop chasing people who never met you halfway. You no longer feel at home in the places where you once tried so hard to belong. It feels confusing because nothing happened, yet everything inside you is rearranging itself. Your priorities shift, your soul becomes louder, your boundaries become sharper. And this is where most people panic. They think they're becoming distant, cold, detached. But what's really happening is far more powerful. You're reclaiming your energy. You're withdrawing from anything that drains you because your spirit is redirecting that fuel toward your future self, the self you'll meet in a year, the one who is stronger, clearer, disciplined, grounded. Right now, you're in the silent instruction phase. No applause, no recognition, no visible results yet. Just the slow rebuilding of your inner world, habits, thoughts, identity. And even though nobody else can see it, these are the shifts that change a life. These are the days that rewrite your story. These are the decisions that separate who you were from who you're becoming. And that's why the journey feels lonely. Growth always isolates you before it elevates you. But if you could see the person you're growing into, the strength, the clarity, the confidence, you would stop questioning the process. You would trust the pain. You would understand that this season is not a punishment, it's preparation.
There comes a point in your evolution where the old version of you isn't just behind, it becomes unrecognizable. Not because you suddenly woke up stronger, wiser, or healed, but because you finally understood the truth. Who you become is shaped far more by what you walk away from than what you chase.
In this deeper layer of your transformation, you begin to see the architecture of your future forming in the shadows of your present. The late nights where you choose discipline over distraction. The mornings where you get up even though your heart feels heavy. The quiet decisions nobody celebrates, refusing old habits, breaking patterns, letting go of people who once defined you. These choices don't feel heroic. They feel uncomfortable, lonely, and sometimes even wrong. But they're the very steps that your future self is built upon. You start to realize that growth doesn't come from inspiration. It comes from confrontation. Confronting your procrastination. Confronting your fear of being seen. Confronting the parts of you that would rather stay small than risk failing. And the deeper you go, the more you uncover this one truth. Your life only expands when you outgrow the identity that kept you safe, but stuck. This phase is not glamorous. It's internal, emotional, disorienting. You're peeling back layers of who you thought you had to be to fit into a world that never understood your depth. You're learning to trust yourself in ways you never have. You're learning to build without validation, to heal without permission, to rise without applause. And slowly, quietly, powerfully, you begin to feel the shift. The future is no longer something you hope for. It's something you're becoming.
There's a moment, quiet, sudden, and undeniable, when your future finally confronts you. And it doesn't come with fireworks or applause. It comes in an ordinary second, on an ordinary day, when you suddenly realize you're no longer doing things out of survival, but out of intention. You wake up and something feels different. The heaviness that once chained you isn't gone, but it no longer decides who you are. The fear that shaped your choices doesn't grip you the same way. The voice that once whispered, "You can't," becomes quieter, smaller, almost unfamiliar. This is the turning point. The moment you see that all the tiny decisions you thought were insignificant have slowly been sculpting a new identity within you. A version of you that doesn't run from discomfort, but steps into it. A version of you that doesn't cling to the past, but outgrows it. A version of you that finally understands your old life wasn't breaking, it was clearing space for who you were destined to become. And in this moment, you feel something powerful ignite. Not motivation, but clarity. Clarity that you're no longer who you were. Clarity that the future you once doubted is now within reach. Clarity that you're not rebuilding your life, you're rebuilding yourself. The turning point is simple. You stop waiting to feel ready, and you start becoming undeniable.
There will come a day, sooner than you think, when you'll look back at the person you are right now and barely recognize them. Not because you were weak, not because you failed, but because you outgrew every version of yourself that once kept you small. You will look at your old thoughts, your old fears, your old limits, and they'll feel like clothes that no longer fit. And here's the truth you need to hold on to with everything you have. You're already becoming that person. Not in some distant future, not one day. Right now, in every difficult choice, in every moment you keep going, in every quiet decision that no one applauds but you. Growth is slow until it's sudden, invisible until it's undeniable. 1 year from today, you'll think differently, you'll move differently, you'll react differently, you'll dream differently, you'll believe differently. The battles you're fighting now won't break you. They're building the foundation for a life that finally matches who you were meant to be. And the most beautiful part? The future version of you is already reaching back, urging you forward, whispering, "Keep going. I'm waiting." So don't stop. Don't doubt. Don't look back. You are rewriting your story, reshaping your identity, reclaiming your power, one brave step at a time. 1 year from now, you won't recognize yourself, and you'll finally be proud of the person you've become. If this message helped you, please support the channel. Subscribe, like, and leave a comment. That really helps the channel grow.